Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we have two new eyeshadow palette releases, and they're good ones from Huda Beauty. These are the Huda Beauty Matte Obsessions eyeshadow palettes, and they're really, really good. We have two. We have a warm and a cool. They're each $32, which I think is, really affordable for today's market and what we're paying for high-end makeup, and I think they perform really well. I wasn't trying to bury the lead. Obviously, these are good matte palettes. Now, we've been hearing a lot about matte, haven't we? In fact, I'm wearing the Haus Labs matte blush right now. We've got all sorts of matte blushes released and all sorts of matte eyeshadow palettes lately. Matte seems to be the go-to word so far. A long way to go in 2023, but if I could make a prediction, we're looking really matte in 2023. Do I miss a little bit of sparkle on the lid? I kind of do, but who's to say that you can't add that in? Today, we're going to work with these just in their matte form. So let's take a little look. As I told you, they are $32 each. Each of these palettes is pressed powder with two cream to powder shades, just kind of like a little monochromatic twist. So you will notice as I hold these up in the pan, here is the warm palette. I guess I'll just put the cool right next to it. Pardon my thumb in the way there. There's the warm, obviously. Here's the cool, obviously. They are supposed to have shades that are kind of riffs on one another in matte because it's supposed to have a monochromatic twist. And so I think a lot of people are going to say these shades are very close together. They're just kind of building upon one another. That's actually purposeful. And it is for a monochromatic matte look that I think actually is quite sophisticated and lovely. Now, I joke on this channel, if you've been with this channel any length of time, we have a little kind of inside joke going that I want to make sure everybody knows about, and I call it my Cool Tone Revolution Army. It doesn't cost any money, it's just for fun. But you are a member of the Cool Tone Revolution Army if you are one of the people who is sick. Just had it up to here with all of the warm palettes. Warm palettes sell really well because they look good on most people. And so some of the folks here are just like, when is the Cool Tone Revolution coming? And you can be a member of the Cool Tone Revolution Army simply by stating that you are. Below in comments, you can even give yourself a free rank. We have even 6-star and 7-star generals here. Why not? It's just for fun. But I know that my Cool Tone Revolution Army folks will love this Cool Tone palette. And I love it too because it's in pinks and rosy hues. And I never get sick of those. All right, let's take a look here at these. And then we're going to try them both on. As you can see, I saved the Cool Tone palette for last because it's the one that drew me in the most. This warm one is really, really, really warm. But if you want a warm matte palette, I like this one even better than, say, the Charlotte Tilbury Super Nudes, which I kind of never liked. These perform really well. Wait till you see the swatches. Let's go to them right now in two different lightings. First of all, here we have them in studio lighting, and I have laid out the swatches exactly as you'll see the palettes laid out. And remember, they're riffs on the same type of shade because it is supposed to be a sophisticated monochromatic type of look. I have quite obviously the warm palette on the left and the Huda Beauty Matte Obsessions Cool Tone palette on the right, both with 9 shades and two of which are cream to powder and the rest are pressed powder. And they really pack a mean punch. Those swatches went, whoa, I was really surprised. I mean, if you're in store and you swatch these, you will be pleasantly surprised. They pack a punch, let me tell you. Let's take them outside right now into the warm California sunshine, which I am shocked that we have. If you're over on my Instagram page, if not, why aren't you? But if you're over on my Instagram page, you will know that I posted video of a giant rainy hailstorm. And it's an hour later now, and here we are outside, honestly, in the warm California sunshine, doing these Huda Beauty swatches. Again, the warm palette is on the left, and the cool toned palette is on the right, towards my wrist. Really, really just absolutely beautiful matte shades. Now remember, of course, you can go ahead and grab a glitter, grab a shimmer from somewhere else and add it to it, but there is something very sophisticated and slightly retro in a really kind of contemporary way, if that can be said, about an all matte look. And so that's what we're going to do today with both of these palettes. But I will tell you, my main attraction really goes to the cool tone. This is really warm. Maybe it looks better on me, but this one I'm kind of preferring. So stay right there and let's try them both on. So whether or not I'm home to the Cool Tone Revolution Army, I always tend to favor warm. So I think today we'll do the warm first and then we'll do the full look with the cool palette. That way, finally, the cool gets its due. And I have an entire, you should see this, like an entire thing, a bunch of Sonia G eye brushes. Let's do an entire look, both eyes, with this warm tone palette, and then we'll do both eyes with the cool tone. And we'll start here in the middle. And I was really surprised at how pigmented these babies were when I was swatching them. I was very, very surprised in a lovely way, of course. And I'm going to just do a very, very quick eye look with these warm shades, and then we'll get into the cool ones because the cool ones are pink, and cool pink is my favorite. Why am I talking about those right now when we're supposed to be here on the warm palette? But the cool one I'm a little more excited about. Warm, I always like warm. And I actually think maybe it's just because I am a brunette. I actually think I look a little better in a warm palette. So that is generally what I favor, using this shade down here. But let's see, this one will not have the benefit of eyeliner and mascara and all that fun stuff. Pretty though, really pretty, right? Okay, let's keep the same brush in my hand and take this shade right here, and I'm just gonna kind of go along. These are really pigmented, really pretty matte shades. They kind of remind me, to be honest, of, it reminds me of shadows in, to be honest with you, the 90s and the late 80s. You know, we really didn't have a whole lot of sparkly shades back then. We did, but you know, our everyday eyeshadow palettes were much more matte, and you would just kind of build them up and make them a little bit darker for the evening, really. And I think this is just, I just kind of wanted to get a matte, warm, quick look on my eye. Nothing special, nothing exciting. You know, I will admit that child of the 90s or not, I have gotten used to a little bit of a shimmer. So matte shades aren't always my favorite, but if you're looking for a matte palette that's both affordable and works well, and you're looking for those warm shades, this is super, super pretty. But I gotta tell you, I'm kind of excited about this cool shade palette. So let's take this off and then let's do something really nice with the cool shades. Okay, I'm ready for this cool tone palette. Actually, really excited about it. It's the kind of cool tone shades that I just love, all these pinks and roses, and I think I can do this in matte and enjoy it. I'm going into this really pink shade, and let's just put this super cool toned pink shade all over my lid. And even the powder shades here are creamy, and the obviously the cream to powder shades are. And I want a really just kind of thick, bright pink cool toned layer of that, just to waken up my face, and even a little bit under the eyes too. Oh, let's see, let's take this shade here, same Sonia G brush, and I'm just gonna knock a little bit of it off, and let's go here into the outer and up, just there, just kind of bring the eye up and into the crease, same on the other side. What do you guys think? Let's get another brush here. Take a little bit of this shade just underneath a little, and on the outside of the eye. Am I missing a little bit of a sparkly shade? Sure. Could I add it from another palette or from a Charlotte Tilbury Pop Shot or something like that? Sure, I could. But I kind of just really want to do a very, very matte look. This is a look that it feels like, this palette feels very Huda herself. Doesn't it feel like Huda would wear this particular palette? You know, when you see her on Instagram and such with those pretty eyes she has, it really looks like I could just see her preferring to often wear this palette. It feels very Huda. and I absolutely love it. So this one is my favorite. Nothing against the other if you like super, super caramely warm shades, but this one is really speaking to me, and I know it's going to appeal to the members of my Cool Tone Revolution Army. So weigh in. Remember that you can make yourself a member of the Cool Tone Revolution Army. It's just for fun. All you have to do is say you're a member down below. You can even give yourself a rank. It's obviously free, and it's just silly and fun. But I'm sure you guys will love this one for sure. So weigh in down below. It's just fun, and it makes us a community. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. If you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that we can continue to grow. Come say a big hello over on Instagram and TikTok too. And you can support the goings on this channel by becoming a member or giving super thanks, which so many of you have. But in any way that you are here, I am thrilled to have you, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Bye-bye.